Do you ever watch those YouTube videos and see that cool slow-mo B-roll and think, how can I get my shots to look like that? Well, today I'm gonna give you 4 tips for creative cinematic B-roll that's gonna make your videos look just like that. Hi, I'm Kellan Reck, and today I wanna show you 4 tips for creative cinematic B-roll that are gonna make your videos that much better. Some general tips before we dive in. Always set your camera to slow motion when you're going out to take these shots. Set it to 60 frames per second or even 120 frames per second if your camera has the capability. This is gonna allow you to slow down your footage and give it a little bit more of a cinematic look, and it's also gonna smooth out and stabilize your shots just a little bit more because you're shooting with more frames. Also, if you're able, try shooting in golden hour light. You'll get nice colors from the sun, even some sun flares. It'll really help add some nice touches to these shots that we're about to get. So let's dive in. The first technique here is the foreground blur. This is all about using your foreground. Put something in front of your camera. It'll give it some depth. It'll show off some motion. Try shooting with a plant in front of your camera and your subject in the distance, and then blur out that foreground object. It'll really add some nice dynamics to your shot. You'll probably want to use a manual focus for this shot, or else your camera might kick out of focus onto this foreground element. So when you're getting this shot, try to go for a shallow depth of field and use a manual focus, keeping your focus on that back subject, and use that foreground element that's out of focus to really add some nice dynamics. The next shot is the twirl. In this shot, you're gonna pull your camera back and slightly twist it as you move. Ideally, you can have the camera pulling through a frame or some elements in the foreground to show off that depth and to show off that motion. This adds a really nice touch, and it's something that you can do handheld without a gimbal. When you're getting a shot like this, you're gonna wanna try to leave your camera on autofocus. This'll help keep your subject in focus while you're pulling back and forth with the camera. The third trick is natural framing. Go out and try to find a natural frame for your subject. This is a great way to really add a cinematic composition to your shots. I just did a video on framing and composition that I'll link up above, and that'll show you various ways to find framing and composition in your environment. But again, by using natural framing, you're gonna be able to emphasize your subject so much more and add some fun, kind of cinematic qualities to the footage that you're shooting. And finally, one of my favorite tricks for cinematic B-roll is the slide reveal. You can use this to establish a scene or to close out a scene. Put your camera right up to something so that it's blocking the lens. Then slide the camera out to reveal your subject, or vice versa. Focus on your subject and then slide it to be covered. This is a great way to set or close out of a scene. It's the slide reveal. So I hope that these quick tips will be helpful for you when you're going out to shoot your own B-roll. If you liked the video, go ahead and click the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, because I'll be back with a whole bunch more, and thank you for watching.